Good morning, students. Suprabhat, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Vanakkam, Subha Khair, Kem Cho, etc., etc. I am C. Ankit Sharma again, your income tax faculty, and I'm pleased to announce you that except salary, I'm also going to take the lectures regarding income from house property and PGBP also. So we will be together till 5th of December now. So I have now lectures with salary and income from house property and PGBP also. So last time we have discussed regarding the salaries provision, the basic concept of salary, the meaning of salary, the advanced salary concept, certain allowances, etc. I hope you all are doing good and studying really, really hard for a future that is called chartered accountants. So there are a lot of good mornings and queries also received by me. Ms. Tunishka has sent some queries. Vishal Pandey is sending some queries. Very good. So it feels good when you ask questions, when we interact, when I'll ask question and you will answer. That really, really makes a faculty very happy because we feel that, yes, that is because we are here to deliver knowledge to you and we expect response from your side also. So before starting the class, we already knew that there are some guidelines I shared last time also. So those are joining from today. Kindly please follow these guidelines for the better understanding of the lectures. Like notes are based on, of course, study material. It's 24-25 assessment year. We are studying actually. You can ask your query anytime and I'll take all the queries after 30 or 40 minutes of our lecture. Please focus during the lecture. Try to take live classes and download the notes before lecture. I have already uploaded the second part of salary notes also yesterday. Today we will also take an MCQ test, after our lecture because there are certain topics which we did not cover yet, which is in MCQ part also. So after our class, before ending our class, I will take a MCQ test also. So you should have a pen, a paper, and a calculator with you. Always when there is an MCQ test or any kind of test is there regarding the numerical topic. So you can also ask your query in Hindi and those queries which will be asked in Hindi, I will answer those query in Hindi. All other queries in our medium will be English. Of course, there will be a short story also for you. And before starting that, as usual, we have a quotation for the day, or we can say thought for the day. So today's thought for the day for all of you is this. And I know, and I believe you all know him. So he's Mr. Abraham Lincoln, and he said, I walk slowly, but I never walk backward. Feel the power of these words. So strong, so powerful, still so simple to understand. I walk slowly, but I never walk backward. That means I always grow. It does not matter that the growth is fast, rapid, or slow, but matter there must be a growth. It should not be backward ever. Even you start studying from today, your examination in May 24. You did not study at all till now, and you started it from today. Still, you can do it. But you should understand, you should grow. If you start studying from today, 1 hour a day, you should grow it with time. Do not go backward. It could be 1 hour and 30 minutes, and after 1 week, it can be 2 hours, etc., etc. But it has to be some growth in everything. So you should not walk backward, and it's a very, very beautiful thought. And you can feel the power of this thought, and you can actually apply this in your life, whether regarding your professional life, your academic life, etc. You have to grow every time. And just believe in yourself that you will not move backward in any condition. And if it happens, after some time or after some days or week or year, you will be at that place where you want to be always. Fine. So that was thought for the day. Moving on to our notes, and before our notes, there are some queries which has already been asked by some students. So let's take the good morning and then I'll take the queries. Okay, Parth, good morning. Okay, Santhige, good morning. Pooja, good morning. Bhumika, good morning. Shreyas, Jennifer, good morning. Good morning. Ajay, good morning. Santhamanari C. Martin, good morning. Parth Rana, good morning. Hardik, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's a very good morning to all of you. And let's take some queries. Nishka is asked, kindly explain point number 5, second paragraph on page number 3.12. So what is page number 3.12 study material? That is point number 5. Salary paid tax free. I have already explained that, Tanishka. What is the meaning of salary paid tax free? You should scroll back the video, the first session, we have discussed about it. So kindly watch that video. But for time being, I can tell you in a short that if your employer decided to pay tax, whatever tax is imposed on your salary, that is called tax-free salary. So if your salary is 10 lakh rupees and the tax on that salary is 1,12,000, suppose, an employer said that yes, we will pay that 1,12,000, then that is called tax-free salary. But in that case, that 1,12,000 will be added in your salary as a perquisite. So there must be some extra tax. This should be borne by the employee. I have explained that in detail in last class. Please do watch that. Okay. Difference between diversion and application of income. So if you earn or received any income or any income is due in your hand, once it has been due, and after that due or earned by you or accrued in your name, if you expend that income in for any purpose, after accruing or after earned by you, if any income is expended by you for any purpose, whether charitable or not, that is called application of income. And in that case, it will be your income. It does not matter whether you applied for which purpose. If you receive your salary 10 lakh rupees and after that you donate 1 lakh rupees out of it, it does not matter. Your income will remain rupees 10 lakh. But if you did not earn any income or even before accruing it, you divert it to some other person. In that case, it's called diversion of income, and that part is not going to be taxable in your hand. So if out of this 10 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees salary has been diverted by you, that is before accruing into your hand or before earned by you or before received by you, if it has been diverted to some other place, that will call diversion of income. In that situation, it's not going to be taxable. We have already discussed this also. So please do not ask those query which has been taken by me in the previous lecture. Please, before starting this lecture, you should take the last lecture in detail also. Advanced salaries, second paragraph, that was regarding section 89 relief that we will be discussing later in salary chapter. Okay, Vishal is asking 3.15.1 and 3.16. Technically, you are asking Vishal regarding these provision. These are theoretical provision regarding the taxability of income in case of non-resident. So your point number 3.15 is point number 2 as per our provision. This is what Vishal is asking. Remuneration received for services rendered in India as an employee of foreign enterprises. So if you are an employee of foreign enterprises and providing service in India and receive the remuneration, then it is exempt from tax if these three conditions has been fulfilled. The first condition says the foreign enterprises is not engaged in any business in India. That means it is engaged in some charitable or other than business purpose in India. And in that case, you are receiving salary. The employee who is working in India should not stay in India for more than 90 days, and the remuneration what that enterprise is paying to that employee should not be deductible out as its expenses, as expenses of that enterprises. In that case, that income is not taxable in the hands of that employee. So these are specific conditions. You just need to learn it. Okay. And next is yes, in case of HRA, you cannot claim the exemption if you are opting for default tax regime. So if you are out of section 15 BAC, only in that case you can claim the HRA exemption. Okay. So next, moving on to any other query, if there is. Please explain allowances of 70% up to a maximum of rupees 10,000. In case of transport employee, if you are working in a transport organization and if you are receiving transport allowance, in that case, Swati, whatever amount you receive, then 70% of that allowance and 10,000 rupees per month, whichever is lower, is going to be exempted. Today we will do example also. In case of MCQ, there is a question of also regarding transport allowance I have inserted. So in that question, your query will be automatically solved. Salary surrendered to state government is not exempt from tax. No, if salary is surrendered to the government as per the Salary of Surrender Act, what we have discussed, only in that case that is going to be exempted. Okay, Sarvana Karthik is asking, good morning, sir. Sir, I feel laziness. How to avoid it when I take book? I am not able to sit more than 3 hours. Okay, we will discuss about it. Do not worry. I'll try to make you feel that how to avoid these kind of thing. But again, these are not kind of topic what we are discussing. You have to overcome with your these kind of problem. We are over here to discuss the income tax salary topic right now. Mega Bansal, kindly give me an example of advance salary and advance against salary, and why advance salary is taxable under that salary and advance against salary. Advance against salary is kind of a loan. It's kind of a loan. And that will be deducted when you will receive your salary. So loan is a liability. It cannot be treated as your income. But advance salary is your income, your salary which has been received by you in advance. Now the problem is what? Exactly that was I was asking in the guidelines. You are not focused during the class. Whatever question you're asking, Megha, I have already discussed regarding what is advance salary in last class in detail. And again, what is advance against salary that I have also discussed in the last class. Please, it's a request to all of you. Those did not watch the full class of my last session, kindly go through that class first. So your most of the queries will be answered regarding those topics we have already covered. Okay, so it's a request from my side. Please do that. Rehan asking, is this how people evade tax? That's a long discussion thing, how to evade tax. Fine. Lavanya, good morning, sir. I was just waiting for your classes. Sir, please take all the classes of tax, the way you explain the concept. Thank you so much for the appreciation, Lavanya. Institute have, I guess, heard you all, and they have provided me chapter income from house property and PGBP also. So hope for the best. So focus whatever we are discussing right now. So the format of salary is very lengthy. Do not worry. The time we will end this topic, I promise to all of you, you will feel salary is not that difficult what you thought of. It's not difficult. Actually, salary is a completely numerical topic. And in case of numerical topic, the problem is this. When we discuss the theoretical provision regarding that numerical topic, we always feel something is difficult and confusing. Because until we solve some numerical, you will feel it that this topic is not that difficult. For in case of house rent allowance provision, if you read the house rent allowance provision, you might feel this is what kind of provision is this, that we have to find three values. First is HRA received, then rent paid minus 10% of salary, then 40 or 50% of salary. So you might get confused or might be feeling what kind of provision these are. But once you solve a single question of house rent allowance, you can feel that this provision was easy. Same in case of salary. When we are going through the provision one by one, you might feel that it is very confusing, very lengthy, very difficult. But let me promise you, it's not like this. When we will complete our salary topic, all of you will feel that it is not a difficult topic. Nothing is difficult technically in this world, nothing. We only feel things difficult when we do not have interest in it. So if any one of you do not have interest in income tax or in this course, he or she might feel that this course is difficult, this topic is difficult, or this chapter is difficult, or this subject is difficult. And it happens with everyone, everyone. We only feel those things difficult in life which we do not have any interest. Like some of you must like dancing. So those who have interest in dancing feels dance is very easy. And those who do not have any interest in dancing, ask them. They think dancing is the most difficult thing in this world. So it's all about our interest. Like we all love traveling. So if you have interest in travel, and if your parents ask, let's go for a traveling purpose or go and let's watch a movie or let's go for a shopping, and you have interest in that. So in that situation, even if you are tired, even if you are sleeping and your parents ask, let's go for a movie, let's go for a shopping, we all are ready because we have interest. And now the problem, if our parents ask, let's go to a temple, let's go to a satsang, and even if we are fresh, we are not sleeping, still we feel so disinterested in these activities. So we will feel so difficult to sit in a satsang for 10 minutes even. And if we want to go for a movie, then we can sit easily for 3 hours because it's just all about our interest. So you have to create interest in your studies. If you will able to create interest in study, I promise no provision, no subject, no topic, no course is difficult in this world, because you have a brain with unlimited power. So you always start doing this thing. So your all laziness, etc., will go off. That you should create interest in your studies. And how you can create this interest, that I'll tell you. There's a trick I can say, or there is a thing, if I'll explain you, you might feel some interest in your study. And once you have generated interest in your study, I'm telling you, you will feel everything is easy. I can give you a practical example. All we studying when we are in school days, we always get good marks only in those subjects in which we have interest. Some of you might have interest in maths, or some of you might have interest in English or literature or Hindi or Sanskrit or etc. So you can analyze that you always get good marks in only those subjects in which you have interest. And you find those subject is easy. And in comparative to your friends, might be he or she feeling that subject is very difficult. And why? Because they do not have any interest in those subjects. It's same is happening right now also. You might feel accounts is easy, and it's why? Because you have interest in accounts. You might feel that tax is difficult. It's why? Because you do not interest in that. So just try to create interest in your study. You will definitely going to find that these things are really, really easy. So that's a trick also. I'll explain it later. Clear? Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Treatment of daily allowance, Darshan, we have discussed in special allowance provision. Section 1014, there is a concept of special allowance, and I have explained the provision regarding the daily allowance. Those have the same provision regarding other allowances. Here is the provision. Let me show you. So that was daily allowance. So daily allowance concept, traveling allowance, conveyance allowance, helper, research, and uniform. They all have same concept. Whatever amount you received, that amount or utilized for official purpose, whichever is lower is going to be exempted, balance is going to be taxable. But in case of transport employee, there is a separate concept. It says, if you're a transport employee, in case of transport employee, if he is getting only daily allowance, then it will be exempt as per these provision. Clear? If transport employee is getting transport allowance, no daily allowance, transport allowance, in that case, 70% of that allowance or 10,000 rupees per month, whichever is lower is going to be exempted and balance is going to be taxable. What is the universal formula of taxable value? That is received minus exempted. So if he is getting transport allowance as well as the daily allowance, in that case, transport allowance value will be 100% taxable and daily allowance will be exempted as per the provision of daily allowance. I hope it's clear now. We have an example also in MCQ regarding this. We will discuss it. Okay. Okay, salary tax paid free. What is section 10cc? We have explained this, Keshav. Please go through the first lecture. You will find out the answer of this provision. Okay, so now we are starting today's provision. So we will be discussing today the provision regarding compensations, and we will start perquisite provisions also. We have a short story also. We have MCQ test also. Just enjoy the study. Just enjoy the study. You should feel that today we are going to learn something new, and that is for the future of yourself. If you learn things, you will be a chartered accountant, and after being a chartered accountant, you can fulfill your dreams, what you think about. So first is our annuity or pension. Pension is a general word, and I hope all you know the meaning, general meaning of that word, that is pension. So pension is a amount which you received generally monthly after retirement. It's a part of compensation. It's a part of those value which will received after the retirement. So as per the definition, annuity is treated as salary. So pension is also treated as a salary. Annuity is a sum in respect of a particular year. It is a yearly grant. If a person invests some money entitling him to a series of equal annual sums, such sums, annual sums are annuities in the hands of the receiver. So what is the provision regarding the pension? Always remember, if any compensation, like we are going to discuss regarding pension, gratuity, leave encashment, retrenchment compensation, voluntarily retirement scheme compensation, etc., etc. So if any compensation which we are going to receive generally after retirement, and if it is received during service, that is going to be taxable for all employees. This is the provision. I will also provide the chart presentation for all provision of salary. After we will complete our assignment, I will upload the diagram, the chart concept. It will really help you to revise the provision and to learn them very quickly. Okay. So we all faculties are technically working so hard for you, and we expect the same. You just need to do one thing. You just start creating your interest in your studies. That's it. That's the thing. If you're able to do that, I promise everything is easy. Okay. So now we will discuss about the provision regarding pension. Pension or any compensation. I'm telling you this because in case of all compensation, there's a universal rule. If they receive during service, generally, of course, in practical life, we do not receive any compensation during service. But if we received it during service, that is going to be taxable 100% for all kind of employee. So regarding pension, let's discuss the numerical provision. Pension, of course, if received during service, that is 100% taxable for all employees. All employees. Clear? It's very simple. If it is received after service, so there will be two situations. Either we are receiving, that is uncommuted pension. Uncommuted pension. Uncommuted pension means per month pension, periodical payment of pension. So if you receive uncommuted pension, commute means lump sum. And what is uncommute? That is not a lump sum, which is per month pension. Generally, we receive pension in monthly basis. So if you receive uncommuted pension, that is going to be taxable again 100% for all employees. Clear? If we can see, with the help of provision, it says You can see uncommuted pension. It is a periodical payment of pension. It's taxable for all employees. Now, commuted pension. We have the provision regarding commuted pension. Commuted pension means it says if you receive pension in lump sum amount, it will be given in question. Commuted pension, that is lump sum amount, like you receive 1 lakh rupees pension or 2 lakh rupees pension or 5 lakh, that is called commuted pension. So if you received commuted pension, in that situation, there will be cases that if you received gratuity also. Now, what is gratuity? The concept of gratuity, the meaning of gratuity, the taxability of gratuity, that is going to be discussed after the topic of pension. Fine. So if employee received gratuity also, he is getting gratuity on retirement and pension as well, both. So if you receive gratuity also, in that case, the exemption in case of pension, exemption will be 1/3 into commuted value of whole pension. Do not worry what is the meaning of commuted value of whole pension, how we are going to find out the commuted value of whole pension. I am here for that. Just relax. Relax. I'll tell you each and everything, right? So you just remember the provision, and numerical will give you all that information. You just need to learn the provision. There will be all values will be provided in the question. We just need to learn this formula. Need to put the value in the formula and you will get your answer. So if you are receiving gratuity also, in that situation, the exemption of pension will be 1/3 into commuted value of whole pension. And if no gratuity, if you're not receiving gratuity, you're receiving pension but not gratuity, in that case, exemption will be only 1/2. So there is only change in this value. So in this case, the exemption will be 1/3 into commuted value of pension. In case this, there will be 1/2 into commuted value of whole pension. So this is very simple concept. If you can see, if pension received during service is taxable for all employee, if it's received after service, in that case, if it is uncommuted, it is taxable for all employees. If it is commuted pension, in that situation, exemption will be 1/3 into commuted value of pension. If you receive gratuity with pension, if there is no gratuity, that will be 1/2 into commuted value of whole pension. Okay. Now we will solve with the help of an example. So it will be really easy for all of you to understand the concept. So just a second. So we will solve an example which is given in study material. I am sharing you that example. This is on page number 3.30. There's one thing, so if you are getting commuted value of pension, if we are receiving commuted value of pension, in that case, if he is a government employee, this pension will be exempt. Full pension will be exempt. And if he is a non-government employee, so this provision is for other than government employees. Clear? So if the person receiving is an other than government employee, and if he is receiving gratuity, then this provision will be applicable. Not receiving gratuity, this provision will be applicable. But if commuted value of pension received by government employee, in that case, it's 100% exempt. In this case, it's taxable for all employees, whether government or not. In this case, it's taxable whether government or not. But in commuted value cases, if received by a government employee, it's full exempted. If it is received by other than government employee, then this concept will be applicable. Now moving on to the provision, the example which is given in the study material, that is page number 3.30. And now we'll see, when we study the theoretical provision regarding any numerical topic, we feel little confused. But when we will solve a numerical example regarding it, you can see that these provisions are not that difficult. So this is the illustration number 3, what we are going to discuss. You can read it carefully. It says Mr. Sagar, who retired on 1st October 2023, is receiving 5,000 rupees per month as pension. On 1st February 2024, he commuted. This is very important. In all questions regarding pension, there will be given a commuted value of pension. He commuted 60% of his pension and received 3 lakh rupees as commuted pension. You are required to compute his taxable pension, assuming he is a government employee. So in case of government employee, only per month pension what he is receiving is going to be taxable. The commuted value is going to be exempted. Second case, he is a private sector employee and received gratuity of 5 lakh at the time of retirement. So in that case, the concept of 1/3 will be applicable. Clear? Because he is receiving gratuity also. And if he is a private sector employee, did not receive any gratuity, in that case, the concept of 1/2 exemption will be applicable. So one by one, I'll solve all these 3 questions for you. Okay. So it says that he retired on 1st October 2023 and start receiving 5,000 rupees per month pension. Clear? So we need to calculate the per month pension for the month of October is 5,000. That is going to be taxable for all employees because that is a uncommuted portion, month based. And November also he received 5,000. And December also. But what he did from 1st December 2023, he commute the value from 1st of February. So in December also he's received 5,000. In January also he's received 5,000. But from 1st of February, in the question it has been given that from 1st February 2024, he commutes 60% of his pension and received 3 lakh rupees. So now what will happen? Till October, November, December and January, he was receiving 5,000 rupees as his full pension value. But from February, he commute the 60% of this value in lump sum. Technically, what he did, he asked his employer that kindly provide me the 60% of 5,000 rupees, what I was going to receive in monthly basis. So that part of 5,000, I want to take in a lump sum value. So employer said, okay, I will give you 60% of this 5,000 per month value. In aggregate, that is rupees 3 lakh. So now from February onward, I will receive only 40% of the balance value. February and March, because till previous year end, we need to calculate the provision. So because we were receiving 5,000 per month, but out of that 5,000, he asked, please provide me 60% of that 5,000 value, which is 3,000, which we are going to receive per month. I need that value in a lump sum. So 60% of that value has been given in lump sum. That is commuted value. So now in future from February onwards, he will only receive 40% of this 5,000. That will 2,000 in February and March also. So total we can see we have 24,000 per month taxable pension, whether you are a government employee or other. The taxable portion will be 24,000, whatever we are receiving in uncommuted value, that is going to be taxable. So till January, it will be 5,000 and from February, it will be 40%. Why 40%? Because the 60% part you have received as commuted value. So we have now our uncommuted taxable value 24,000. Now we need to find the exemption concept. So if he is in government employee, the question one part say if he is in government employee, only 24,000 will be taxable and commuted value will be exempted. Clear? If he is a private sector employee on which he also received the gratuity, in that case also the 24,000 will remain taxable in all situations, whether you are government or other than government. But in case of commuted value, now the exemption will be calculated as 1/3 into commuted value of whole pension. Now the concept is, this word is very important. Commuted value of whole pension. So student might think that I will write over here 3 lakh rupees. But no, that is not the correct commuted value of whole pension. That is the commuted value you received. You received commuted value that is equivalent to 60%. That is 3 lakh. But that is not the full value of commuted value. So how we will find out the commuted value of whole pension? Always it's a universal formula. The commuted value we receive upon the percentage we receive into 100. It's a unitary method, simple concept. If 60% equivalent to 3 lakh, then what is the 100% value we need to find? So we will divide it by 60, multiply by 100. So commuted value of whole pension will be 5 lakh rupees. Clear? So this formula, for the purpose of this formula, please read it carefully. The general mistake done by student, they always write 3 lakh rupees in this value. No, that's the value we received and we need the whole pension commuted value. So if 60% is 3 lakh, the total commuted value of pension will be 5 lakh. So now the exemption will come 166667. And taxable value, now again the mistake done by student is when I say taxable, it means received minus exempt. What generally student does, they deduct 5 lakh, they deduct 1,66,667 out of 5 lakh rupees. No, 5 lakh is not the received amount. The received amount was 3 lakh rupees. So kindly note this value carefully. That for the purpose of exemption, we need to find the whole value of pension, that is 5 lakh. But for the purpose of taxability, there is a universal rule that we need to deduct exemption out of received value. That is 3 lakh. So that will remain 13333. So that is 24,000 plus this value. That is going to be taxable in case of B, where we receive gratuity also. In case of C case, where we did not receive the gratuity, again in that case, 24,000 will remain taxable. Now the exemption value will be 1/2 into commuted value of whole pension. That will come 2,50,000 rupees exemption. And out of 3 lakh rupees, we will exempt 2,50,000. Balance 50,000 is taxable and plus 24. So total taxable pension will remain 74,000. Understood? That's why I always says revise twice. If you have any confusion in this provision, after the lecture, you should revise that concept. And I promise, if you'll revise it, you will find that this is very, very easy concept. There is nothing difficult in pension provision. We have the solution also in our study material. You can go through it. For government, it's 24,000. Other than government, that's the taxable value. We have just explained it. And then for if we do not receive any gratuity, then this will be your taxable value. I hope it's clear. Moving on to our next provision. salary. That was the pension concept. Suppose example we have that he's receiving 10,000 per month for the rest of his life. He may commute 1/4, that is 25% of this amount, and get a lump sum of 1,50,000. After commutation, his pension will remain balanced 75%. So if any percentage has been converted into commuted value, then in that case, in future, you will receive the balance as per month pension. I hope it's clear. In case of central government, state government, and local authorities, statutory corporation of civil services, defense services, judge of Supreme Court, High Court, it's fully exempt, commuted value. For other, it's 1/3 or 1/2. The formula for finding out the commuted value has been given over here, but you are, of course, all smart students, you already know how to find the total value. Next, exemption section 1010 in respect of commuted value of pension is available to an assessee irrespective of the regime. That means this pension exemption is available whether you are opting out for default tax regime or optional tax regime. Clear? Exemption in respect of pension received by recipient of gallantry awards. If you're receiving pension in respect of gallantry awards like Veer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Paramveer Chakra, etc., in that case, it's going to be completely exempted. Kindly go through this provision. These are theoretical provision. If there's any issue, I will explain you. Again, this exemption is available for both kind of regime. When we say both kind of regime, that means we are talking about default tax regime, that is section 115 BAC, and optional tax regime, that is normal tax paid concept. The second compensation, and very, very important for your examination, that is gratuity. So before starting gratuity, let me take some queries. Okay. Rohan Kumar is asking, sir, how many marks of paper come from salary chapter? Now, these kind of queries I skipped. I do not answer it. This shows how serious you are for your CA career. CA means, chartered accountant means we are professional. You know what is the meaning of professional? Professionals means expert. You know the meaning of word expert? Expert means who know everything. Everything regarding that topic, that chapter, that subject, and that course. So how can you ask that how much marks salary content will come? I do not know. Nobody knows. So are you going for selective study? So you are asking that? No. Please understand your paper 3A, which is income tax part, that is 50% weightage, and everything which is covered in the study material is important. Anything can come for any weightage of marks. So these kind of queries, please do not ask these kind of queries. Fine. Next is Avdesh Kumar asking, an audit assistant get paid from a CA firm's salary or professional fees if there is an employer or employee relationship. I have explained you. Do not go with the name. Shakespeare said, what is it? It is in the name. Exactly the same thing I told you in my first class. In the starting concept of 10 minutes, I told you that it's not by name, it's by nature. So if there is an employer and employee, is there a master or servant? Is there is an order and obey concept? That will go under salary. You can call it salary, wages, fees. It does not matter. That will be salary. So of course, in that case, who is asking that? Avdesh Kumar, assistant is kindly a type of employee. So in that case, that will go under the hat salary. Navneet saying, sir, commuted pension means 3 lakh. Is his future pension he getting as advance? You can say the future pension, what he was going to receive in monthly payment basis, he is technically taking a part of that monthly pension in lump sum amount. That is technically commuted value of the pension. Sir, for government employees, during the service, whether commuted pension is taxable, during the service, it's taxable for all employees, irrespective whether he's a government or other than government. Okay. Okay. Parth is asking, sir, why we did 40% of 5,000? We did 40% of 5,000 because he received 60% of his this 5,000 value. What he was receiving 5,000 per month, he received 60% of that value in lump sum. So if somebody has received 60% part of pension, that is rupees 3 lakh, at one time, then now you will not able to receive the 5,000 full value in future because you have taken 60% of 5,000 in a lump sum value. So your remaining per month value now will be only balance figure, that is 40%. So if it is in question that he receives 70% of 5,000, then in future he will receive only 30% of 5,000. Okay. I've explained the calculation of 24,000, Sayyid Sattar Ali. You can go through, scroll back the video, or you can go through the solution in your study material. I've explained how we calculate 24,000. Okay. So next, what is the logic behind the government employee and private employee? Please do not ask the logic in law. We need to follow the law. We do not ask the logic regarding it. If government say you need to wear a helmet when you are riding a two-wheeler, then you have to do it. You cannot ask why I should wear a helmet because it's my head. Injury will be mine. Medical treatment I will bear. So what is the problem with government? So you cannot ask logic in law. Law needs to be followed. Okay. And if we go into the logic, so we do not have that time. We have a specific lecture session. We have to complete a specific topic also. How this 3 lakh came, that is given in question, Gunjan Devi. Next is, as you said, if a person if a person got gratuity, the pension exemption 1/2. If he's not getting, then pension is 1/2. And what if gratuity received? Then in that case, 1/3. I have explained you. What we will do with gratuity, that will be explained when we are discussing the topic of gratuity. We just discussed the topic regarding pension. So what we are receiving in pension, that concept we have discussed in detail. What we will do with gratuity, that will come under this topic, what we are going to discuss. Next is, okay. Community means lump sum amount, yes. B part of illustration 3, I have explained all part, A, B and C. Please wake up. Sab log uth jao, so rahe ho bachcho. Okay, now we are moving on to what is gratuity. So gratuity means practically what happened when we work with our employer for a certain period of time. So what generally happen, for example, there's an employer, there is an employee. Employer paying salary to him, for example, 50,000 per month. So regarding this salary, he is working with his employer. After 25 years of service, suppose now employees want to resign from this company or he wants to leave this company. Or his employer said, now your your age has been 60 years, so now you have to get retired in any of these kind of cases. So because he was getting salary for his work every month, but because he worked for 25 years or 10 years or 6 years or 5 years with your organization, so at the time of retirement, employer wants to say thanks. Thanks for what? Because of your loyalty, because of the time you have given to our company, the long time you have given to our company. So employer technically wants to thanks employee, and it is going to be in monetary terms. So that is called technically gratuity. You can see gratuity word has been derived from a word that's called gratitude. Gratitude means to, if somebody is feeling thanks to you, grateful. So that word grateful, from this word, it has been called gratuity. So gratuity means to thank someone regarding his services or regarding his loyalty, which he has been provided from that multiple years. So you cannot say that he's getting salary for his work. So yes, he is getting salary for his work, but because he's leaving you now, In your houses also it happens when your maid is working in your house. You might be cook, or you might be sweeper, or you might be your working maid. Those are working in our house, or our driver. And now because of age, now she or he is leaving our house or just going out of our employment terms and condition. So your parent generally gives him some price like bakshish, inam, like extra value like 5,000, or might be clothes and utensils, etc. So what it is, it's a kind of a thanks what we are saying to our employee after when they retired from our organization. The same way, when the employer gives something to his employee at a time of retirement for his loyalty, etc., that is called gratuity. So it is voluntarily given initially, like long ago. That's called technically called gratuity. But now generally organization have to pay this amount to all the employees if they covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. So if in question employees covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, then as per that act provision, employer have to pay this gratuity amount to the employee. So I've just explained you the basic concept regarding the gratuity. In examination, they are not going to ask what is why gratuity is being need to pay. No. What is the logic behind paying gratuity? No. In examination, it will be given that employer is paying gratuity to employee this much of amount. You have to find the taxable value or exempted value. So if it is in question that employee received gratuity from his employer, then the treatment will be as per these provision, what we are going to discuss one by one. Again, under income tax, we only need to do one thing. We need to find the exempted value and taxable value. That's all we need to find. So to finding any exempted or taxable value, there are certain provision we need to learn. So if we learn them, the information regarding all things will be provided in the question. We just need to put that value in the formula or the concept we have learned, and you will find the solution. When you will find the solution, you will be passed. When you will be passed, you will be chartered accountant. In chartered accountant, you will have money, recognition, reputation, everything. That's what we want in our life. So in case of gratuity again, the same thing if it is received during service. What will happen? It will be taxable 100%. Clear? If it is received after service, if we receive it after service, now what will happen? There are three different circumstances. A, you might be a government employee. So if you are a government employee, that is 100% exempt from tax. Clear? Case B, if you are receiving it from an organization on which Payment of Gratuity Act applicable. 1972. Do not worry, it will be given question that whether Payment of Gratuity Act 1972 is applicable or not. So if it is given in question that you receive gratuity of some amount like 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, whatever it is, in that situation, the Payment of Gratuity 1972 provision will be applicable. So if it is a government employee, that means 100% exempt from tax. And if it is Payment of Gratuity Act, that will fall under case number B. Or it will be case number C. That is not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, or if question is silent. So if it is given in question that employee received gratuity rupees 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, and it is not given in question, whether it's case number B or C, so you will always solve it as per case number C. And you have to write in your notes that we assume that Payment of Gratuity Act is not applicable. Clear? So if it is a government employee case, the question is so easy to solve. We can solve it easily. We have the answer, of course. But if it is Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, then we have to find three values. The lowest of three value is going to be exempted and balance is going to be taxable. The first is gratuity received. That will be given in question. The amount gratuity received, that is first value. The second is government fixed limit. We called it statutory limit. That is government fixed limit, that is 20 lakh rupees. That is fixed. The last is important, of course. The last is, it's a formula. We have to put 15 oblique divided by 26 into monthly salary into year of service. So we have one value which is gratuity received in question. It will be given in question. This 20 lakh is a fixed value. It will remain the same. So we just need to find third value. That is important. If you're able to find these three value, the lowest out of these three, lowest, will be exempted. And what is the taxable value? Taxable will be always received minus exempt. So exempted is this value and received is given in question. This is first value. So you will get your answer. You will be pass. You will be chartered accountant. So easy. It's like this. So now this third formula, we need to explain it in detail. It's not that simple. 15 at oblique 26. That technically means half month. 15 oblique 26 means half of the month. Like it should be 15 oblique 30. But because generally it's 4 Sundays, that is not working days. So they deducted 4 Sundays. So the correct is 15 stop oblique 26. So there is a concept why it's 15 oblique 26, because we need to take half month salary. So of course that will not be going to be asked in question. What is the meaning of 15 oblique 26? That is the concept you just need to learn. But I just explained you how it derived, just for your knowledge. Okay, this is not going to be asked in question that how we came 26. What is the meaning of 26? It is just you need to learn the formula. So now 15 oblique 26 multiplied by monthly salary. Now, what is the meaning of monthly salary? It says in case of monthly salary, we have to take basic salary of last month. That will be given in question. Plus, we need to add dearness allowance. Dearness allowance. So all dearness allowance and monthly basic salary total, we have to put this value over here. Again, it's simple. Basic salary will be given in question, do not worry. Dearness allowance will be in question, do not worry. Okay. So the total of basic salary and dearness allowance of last month, you have to put that value over here. And then the last is year of service. Year of service means the number of year you have worked in this organization, because after service, so how many years you have worked with this organization, that value should become over here. But in case of fraction of year, it will be converted into year. What is the meaning of this? If you have worked for 26 years and 10 months, so if the more than 6 months you have worked, that will be considered as a year. So that we will write it down over here, 27. It's 26 year and 10 months, we will write it over 27. If it is 26 year and 5 months, then we will write only 26 year. Clear? Let's read the provision first. So you will be able to understand the concept clearly. So you can see what is gratuity. Employer is thinking this employee renders a good service, I should thank him. Employee is thinking only thank you for my 10 years of hard work. So now employers say, I will pay you 15 days salary for every year you have been working with us. So now employee is very, very happy. Okay, so this is the concept. What does the gratuity mean? So gratuity is a voluntary payment made by an employer in appreciation of services rendered by the employee. Gratuity can be paid during the service or after the service. But we all know if it is during service, that is going to be 100% taxable. But any gratuity paid during the service, of course, will be taxable for all employees, while any gratuity paid after service like on termination, retirement or death will be exempt up to a certain limit under section 1010. So we are discussing section 1010 provision. Gratuity will be exempted only if relationship of employer and employee exists between payer and payee. Otherwise, it will not be exempted. Of course, we are reading the chapter of salary. The concept of salary is applicable only if there is a relationship of employer and employee exists. So if there is no relationship of employer and employee exists, in that case, if we are paying gratuity to anyone, then this exemption will not work. So gratuity paid by LIC to its insurance agent, only agent, those are not employee, those are just only agent, will not be exempted. Of course. Now case A, which is regarding the government employee, 100% exempt. Okay. Now case B. If payment of Gratuity Act 1972 applicable, minimum of following will be exempt. Gratuity received 20 lakh rupees, 15/26, monthly salary, year of service. Period of service will be rounded off 1 year in excess of 6 months. Job fraction, I have told you. Monthly salary includes basic salary last drawn and all dearness allowance. Basic salary last drawn mean preceding the month of retirement. If you are retired in January 2024, so we are talking about December basic salary and dearness allowance we need to take. If somebody retired in November 2023, then we will take the October basic salary and dearness allowance. I hope it's clear. Now case number C. That was case number A, case number B. Now moving on to our case number C. So case number C says, again, I have 3 values. First is gratuity received, same as per case number B, nothing different. 20 lakh rupees fixed limit. Again, this is also same. Fixed limit. Now the difference third limit, that is 1/2. So they technically exactly takes 15/30. So 15/30 we can write it now 1/2 also. So they took 1/2 into monthly salary. What has been changed into average monthly salary. Year of service has been changed into completed year of service. So what is the meaning of complete year of service? It's very simple. It says, please ignore the month. Like now, if it's 26 year and 10 months, we will take 26 year value over here. It's 26 year and 5 months. Still, we will take only 26 years. So months will be ignored. That's why it's completed year of service. 1/2 is simple. Now, what is the meaning of average monthly salary? It says we have to take the average of last 10 months salary. Average of last 10 months salary preceding the month of retirement. So if somebody is retiring in November 2023, then we have to take the salary from October, then September, then August, then July, then June, then May, then April, then March, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. March, February, and January. These are 10 months salary we have to calculate. Do not worry, it will be given in question. And for every month from October till January, we have to take basic salary. Plus we have to take DA. But now all DA will not come, only DA as per terms of retirement. As we consider under house rent allowance case, the definition of salary under house rent allowance was basic salary plus DA as per terms of employment or as per retirement benefit. and percentage commission on turnover. Remember, these 3 points we take when we calculate salary, commission on sale. When we calculate salary in case of HRA. Any one of you have remembered that in case of HRA, in the notes it has been written as per gratuity C case. And I have told you in that session also that what is the gratuity C case? The same salary is considered when we solve gratuity C case provision. This is gratuity C case. And you can see the same salary is over here and there. Basic salary, dearness allowance, that is as per terms of employment, and percentage commission on sale. So we have to take these 3 values for these all 10 months from October till January. After the total of all these 10 months salary, we need to divide it by 10. So that will be my average monthly salary. Average of 10 months salary. So we have to take the 10 months preceding salary and then divide it the total by 10. So we will get our average monthly salary. Now, in examination, we do not need to do this. It will be given in question that basic salary is suppose 20,000 per month. Dearness allowance as per terms is 1,000 per month. Commission is 2,000 per month. 2,000. Now this commission we will not take because it is not percentage on sale. That is a per month commission. We will not take it. So we will take only these 2 things. And the question says there is no change in salary from last 1 year. So you will take 21,000 in October, then 20 in September. We do not need to do this. If you will take 21,000 for 10 months, that will remain 2,10,000 divided by 10. That will again come 21,000. So what is the 1 month salary? That will be your 10 months average. If there is no fluctuation in salary or DA or commission percentage in last 10 months. And generally in question, the average monthly salary is given in question. If it is not given, then there is no change in last 10 months. So whatever 1 month salary, that will automatically become your average monthly salary. Now what is happening with you? You are thinking, oh my God, how difficult concept is this? This is very difficult. This is not going to be solved because we are technically trying to understand the concept of numerical topic with the help of theoretical provision. So now you might be feeling it's difficult provision, and let me solve a question of gratuity with you and you will feel this is so easy. First of all, we have to complete the theoretical provision, then we will move on to our numerical topic. So let's read it with the help of theoretical concept. Now this is case number 3. Gratuity received 20 lakh 1/2 into average monthly salary into complete year of service. Any fraction will be ignored in case of year. What is the meaning of salary? That is, salary include DA if as per term plus basic salary and percentage fixed commission on turnover. Average monthly salary we need to take from last 10 months salary value and it need to be divided by 10. So we will get our average monthly salary. Now note number 3 and 4 is very important. That's why I have highlighted them. You should understand those 2 notes. But before these 2 notes, we will solve a theoretical numerical question of gratuity provision. So this is our study material and we have our gratuity concept on page number 3.33. It's a question. On page number 3.33, it says Mr. Ravi retired on 15th June 2023. After completion of 26 year, 8 months of service and received gratuity of 15 lakh rupees. At the time of retirement, his salary was 50,000 per month. DNS allowance was 10,000 per month, out of which 60% for retirement benefit. That means out of that 10,000, only 60%, that is 6,000 per month, is as per terms of retirement. Clear? Percentage commission is 1% has been given on turnover. Turnover in last 12 months was 1 crore and 20 lakh rupees. Clear? Bonus is 25,000 rupees per annum. Now they are asking, kindly calculate the gratuity in the following situation A, B, and C. So I can solve it over here so you will understand the concept more easily. So let's see. The case A says he is a private sector employee and covered by Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. So for this case, we have to take the first value, that is gratuity received. In the question, it has been given 15 lakh rupees. Clear? The second is fixed limit, which is government limit 20 lakh rupees. Fixed. Now the whole story is regarding the third point in both cases of gratuity. So he's covered by Payment of Gratuity Act. So that is B case. In the examination, you do not need to write B case or A case or C case. I just explained you to make you understand that in which category the question is falling. So this is our B category case. So we will take 15/26. Now what is monthly salary? In case of B, we have been understood as per the provision that we need to take the basic salary and all dearness allowance. Terms dearness allowance need in C case, but in for B case, the whole value need to be taken. So that means monthly salary will be 60,000. And the third is year of service. And if it's a fraction, that is 6 months more fraction, it will be converted into an year. So it's 27 year will be taken over here. So if I'll solve it, that calculation will be 934615. So out of these three, the minimum value is this. So this is going to be exempted. So now what is going to be taxable? Taxable is received minus exempted. Received is 15 lakh. Then exempted need to be deducted. We have our taxable value, that is 565,384. It is solved. It is solved. Is it difficult? You really feel that gratuity B case was difficult? Nothing. If you have know the formula, if you have learned the provision, then you just need to put the value in numerical. It will be solved. Clear? Sorted? Now moving on to C case, the B point, sorry. It says, now imagine that he is not covered by Payment of Gratuity Act. Okay. So in that case, again, 15 lakh will remain the same. There is no change in it. 20 lakh will remain the fixed value. Now we have now different formula. That is 1/2 into average monthly salary and complete year of service. So now year of service, I will take 26. Now only left with average monthly salary, and which takes basic salary of last 10 months. Then 60% of which, that is 10,000. So that means 6,000 plus percentage commission on turnover. So now if you will take the commission 1 crore 20 lakh, 1% of it, that will come 12,000 for a year, and we need to take it only for 10 months. So that will be 10,000. So my average monthly salary will be 66,000. And there is no change in last 10 months. So that will remain the same, 66,000. If we'll solve it, we will get this value, 8,58,000. Out of these three, this is lowest, exempted. You know how to find the taxable value. Is it difficult? You really think it's difficult? It will be difficult only for those students who are doing WhatsApp with the study, who are not focused during our class. Those are not sincere for your career. Those who do not want to become a chartered accountant. In Hindi, मैं जनरली अपनी क्लास में बच्चों को बोलता था कि दो तरह के बच्चे होते हैं, दो तरह के बच्चे नहीं मतलब स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं भाई। एक वो जो सीए करते हैं और एक वो जो सीए बनते हैं, एक जो करते हैं और एक जो सीए बनते हैं। तो करने वाले बहुत सारे, बनते सब नहीं, बनते वो सारे हैं जो बनना चाहते हैं। So if there is 100 students in a class, those are doing chartered accountant course. All of them can be a chartered accountant later or sooner if they want to become a chartered accountant. So out of those 100, only those are not going to be a chartered accountant. Those do not want to be a chartered accountant. I am telling you. If you think, if somebody says there's a result of 10% only in case of CA course or 5% or 6%, that's not true. It is a course in which might be initially in the first attempt 10% will be passed out. But if they are 100% who wants to become a chartered accountant, all of them will be a chartered accountant, maybe in second attempt or third or fourth and fifth. And once you will be a CA, you will be a CA for your lifetime. There is nothing attempt has been written in your mark sheet that you have become chartered accountant in 10 attempt, or if CA has been cleared in 5 attempt, then there will be a second degree chartered accountant degree. There will be third standard chartered accountant degree. No, it's same for all of us. There was a series like CA, I guess series. I have seen that series. The name of like CA course I have just watched in few months before. It's a good series. I've seen that. So please understand, if you are feeling this is difficult, so might be your brain is occupied somewhere else. Might be you are thinking about something else. Might be you are busy with your WhatsApp, Instagram, Reels, etc., etc. This is dangerous for your studies. So when we are studying, please focus on it. And I believe this is not difficult at all if you have interest and you really want to trying to understand the things sincerely. Okay. So that was the case number. Just a second. If it's a government employee, of course, we all know that is going to be exempted. It's a solution, you can find it out. And this is not difficult. You just need to understand the concept, the formulas, and you need to put the value, and that's it. You will get the solution, correct solution for that. Moving on to our note, there was 2 notes what we have left. Those are very, very important. Note number 3 and note number 4. After discussing these notes, I will take the queries. Okay. Now, note number 3 says, if an individual getting gratuity from 2 employer at same time, then separate calculation will be made, but the limit of rupees 20 lakh will jointly remain rupees 20 lakh. So even if you have retired from 2 organizations in the same year, if you retired from 2 organizations in the same year, in that case, the fixed value of 20 lakh will remain 20 lakh rupees. How it is? Let me explain you with the help of an example. Suppose here is Mr. Iron Man. He is an employee in Avengers Group. Fine. So he retired from this company in 2023-24. He was also working with DC Comics company and also retired from this company also in the same year. Clear? Received gratuity from Avengers company, suppose 10 lakh rupees, and receiving from DC Comics company, suppose 8 lakh rupees. Clear? So now when we will start calculating the gratuity exemption, we have to calculate the exemption separately for Avengers company and for this company separately. So for Avengers company, we need to take the amount received in first point 10 lakh. The second is 20 lakh rupees fixed exemption. But I am writing the value which is given in the formula in the third category, that is 1/2. For example, it is applicable 1/2 AMS into complete year of service. So if somebody is receiving gratuity from 2 or more employers in the same year, then we skip the fixed value initially. So that 20 lakh rupees limit, you need to skip it. Forget about it. You just remember there is only two limits. One is gratuity received. The second is as per the formula. Suppose as per the formula, we get the value rupees 10 lakh. Sorry, 7 lakh rupees. Clear? This is from Avengers. Now we need to find the value from DC Comics values. From DC Comics, he received 8 lakh rupees as gratuity. And the second value is 20 lakh rupees, skipped it. As per the formula, which is like 1/2 or 15/26, whatever the case may be. Suppose we got 5,50,000 value. So now we take lower out of it, that is 7 lakh. Lower out of it, that is 5.50 lakh. So now the total lower exempted value without taking into consideration the government fixed value is 12,50,000. So if you are receiving gratuity from from one or more employer in the same year, then you need to calculate the gratuity value just taking into consideration that there is no government fixed 20 lakh rupees exemption is there. So if we skipped about the government exemption, in that situation, our exemption will be 12,50,000. But after the addition of both exemption, now we will compare it with the government fixed exemption value. That is 20,50,000 will be lower. That will be exempt. What is the taxable value? Of course, received minus exempt. So we received 10 lakh plus 18. That means 18 lakh minus 20.50 lakh. So what we need to do, if we are getting gratuity in the same year from more than one employer, then you need to calculate all the provision normally, as I have explained it to you. Just forget about this government fixed limit. Accept this government fixed limit, kindly calculate the value normally, and when you will get the lowest value from both employer, add them, and then compared it with the government fixed value. Why? It's a reason behind it. If you will take 20 lakh rupees over here and 20 lakh rupees of government fixed value over here, then technically we are providing 40 lakh benefit to the employee in the same year. 20 lakh as per employer A and 20 lakh as per employer B. So in that situation, income tax has been specified that specifically say that if you are receiving gratuity from more than one employer in the same year, then you need to forget about the 20 lakh rupees limit. It will come into the action at the end. First, you need to calculate the exemption value from the both employer after not considering the 20 lakh rupees limit. And when you get the exemption from both employer, after adding them, now you have to compare it with the 20 lakh rupees, and the lowest will be exempted gratuity. The note number 4, it also says something which is also connected with this 20 lakh rupees limit. It says, for example, Mr. Captain America. Captain America is working in an organization, Avengers company, of course. And he received gratuity of rupees 10 lakh in year 2020 at the time of retirement. So he calculated his exemption value like 10 lakh rupees. The second is 20 lakh rupees. The third, as per formula, suppose 7 lakh rupees has come, then the exemption value is 7 lakh rupees. And the taxable value for this year was 3 lakh, received minus exempt. Now suppose Mr. Captain America worked in another company, that is DC Comics. After resigning from here, he joined DC Comics and retired in 2024. Again, he retired for this company and gets gratuity from this company also, rupees 9 lakh. Now we will calculate gratuity exemption in this year also. Amount received as per formula, suppose it's 6 lakh. But now provision says that if somebody has claimed the exemption of gratuity in earlier year, and he is receiving gratuity again from some other employer in future, then the limit of this 20 lakh will be reduced by that exemption which he has claimed in earlier years. So for the purpose of exemption, now we will take the government value is 13 lakh, not 20 lakh. So now this is 6 lakh exempt. Suppose he worked in some another organization in 2028, he retired from there. He received gratuity 11 lakh. Now the government limit will reduce from the exemption he claimed till now. So from 20, he has claimed 7 lakh once and 6 lakh again from this year. So now the remaining government fixed limit, we will take only rupees 7 lakh. So now 11 and 7. And suppose as per formula, the limit is 8 lakh. So now this is exempted value. That is 7 lakh is exempted value. So if we receive now gratuity after 3 or 4 years, so exemption value will be 0 because this 7 lakh also exempted. So now the government value will remain 0. And if the government value is now 0, then there will be no exemption in the future. So you can see the note number 3 and 4, both talking about the 20 lakh rupees exemption scenario. The both is trying to explain the same thing, that you cannot claim more than 20 lakh exemption in case of gratuity anyhow. So if you are receiving it from two employer at the same year, then the limit of 20 lakh rupees will remain jointly 20 lakh rupees. You cannot claim it separately 20 lakh rupees. You have to calculate your exemption and then the total amount need to be compared with 20 lakh rupees. Note 4 also says the same thing. If an individual received gratuity in earlier year, then the limit of 20 lakh will be reduced by the amount of gratuity exempted from tax in earlier year. Now gratuity ends. This exemption can be claimed under both regime, whether it's a default tax regime or optional. Any fees, commission, perquisite or profit in lieu of salary or in addition to any salary or wages, that is going to be taxable. What is the perquisite concept? We will discuss in section 17.2 and 17.3 later. Advanced salary concept we have already discussed in the starting, or we can say in the last lecture, that what is the meaning of advanced salary. So we are not going to discuss it again. Now we have another compensation, that is leave salary or leave encashment. So what is leave salary? What is leave encashment? We will explain it after the queries. Let me see what is the queries over here. Okay. Manohar is asking, sir, if I get any sum from my previous employer, then it is taxable? Yes. If you are getting any sum from your previous employer, but due to your employer-employee relationship, as pension we receive from our previous employer after retirement, but this is due to your employer-employee relationship, then it's going to be taxable. But if you receive anything from your previous employer, but that is not due to your employer-employee relationship, then that amount is not going to be taxable under Salary Act. Okay. Next. While calculating exempt pension, we have to, Pallavi पूछ रही है, to consider any gratuity means. The gratuity received at time or in service, or the gratuity received at time of retirement. If you are receiving gratuity during the time of service, in that case, technically you are also receiving pension at the same time. So both going to be taxable. But yes, if there is any kind of gratuity received, in case of pension scenario, then the exemption will be only 1(3). Okay. Next is, sir, commuted pension is for next financial year or for whole life? Commuted pension, the percentage you commute to take on a lump sum value, that is for one time only. For future, you will get only 40% the remaining part of your pension. If you want to commute the 40% part of your pension also in commuted in future years, then you need to talk to your employer. It might be, he might transfer the value of that pension also. Maximum gratuity rebate government is 20 lakh rupees. Yes, absolutely right, Mr. Devraj. Next. Pawan Mato is saying if half month salary, then why we not take 13/26? It's a formula as per Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. So whatever has been written in Act, we cannot change it. We both can change it, Pavan, when we will be finance minister of this country or might be a prime minister or etc. etc. In that case, you can do it up 13/26. So until that, we have to learn, we have to solve the provision as per law defined it. So there is no logic under law. We have to follow it. Okay. Shri Nivasan is saying, sir, now gratuity is mandatory for all, then is the option not covered in the Gratuity Act is valid? No, it is not mandatory for all. You have to read the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. There is certain requirements, there's certain regulation. If you fall in that situation, then you have to follow Payment of Gratuity Act. So there can be cases when there is no Payment of Gratuity Act, right? And this is practically, if there is now no Payment of Gratuity Act, it does not matter to us. For examination purpose, if it has been given that Payment of Gratuity Act 1972 is not applicable, then we cannot write that this question is wrong, because now there is no that kind of employee, so we cannot say like this. Okay, so you have to follow the provision, whatever it is. Please do not ask why this difference in calculating salary. It's law, it has been given in the question that it has to be calculated like this. If we are going into why, then we have to read the origination of law. We have to understand that. So it needs years to understand that thing. So these kind of question I will not answer. Do not ask why. Ask how to calculate. That is a correct question for now. ओके, दिव्य इज आस्किंग सर पेंशन कब तक मिलता है, हमें अनकम्यूट का कैसे एस्टिमेट लगाते हैं, इससे आपको क्या करना है, अनकम्यूट का एस्टिमेट कैसे लगाते हैं, ये एम्प्लॉयर डिसाइड करेगा दिव्या। हमें क्वेश्चन में गिवन होगा, हम उसके हिसाब से उसे सॉल्व कर देंगे, फिर उसे सॉल्व करके हम पास हो जाएंगे, हम पास होकर सीए बन जाएंगे, सीए बन के फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर बनेंगे, प्रधानमंत्री बनेंगे, तब इस बारे में बात करेंगे। ओके, तुम लोग फोकस रहो क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व करने पर। इस तरह से वाई वाई मत पूछो, वाई के आंसर्स नहीं हो पाएंगे बच्चों। ओके, नेक्स्ट। ओके, नाउ दिस अ क्वेश्चन। So last 10 months average salary, do we have to consider preceding the retirement month? As you said, October retired, then December previous year to September. December previous, no, if you retired in October, then we have to take from September from last 10 months, like September, August, July, etc. So in the month you retire, you have to leave that month and accept that month, the preceding 10 months we need to take. If you retired on 5th October, still we will take salary from September and from last 10 months. Fine. If you retired on 20th of October, still we have to leave the October month. If we retired in January, then we have to take the salary from December onwards from preceding 10 months. Okay. Ah, correct. Half C. That was a series I saw. That was half C. There's a very good dialogue I have that हमारा कोई कोटा इन लक्ष्मी नगर नहीं होता, सीएज में जिसकी बुक होती है, जहां पर बुक खोलो वही हमारा कोटा इन लक्ष्मी नगर होता है। ब्यूटीफुल। ओके, हाफ सी। ओके, डन। सो नेक्स्ट इज ममता इज आस्किंग सर प्लीज कमीशन वाले पॉइंट का 10,000 कैसे आया? 10,000 ऐसे आया। टोटल सेल वॉज 1,20,00,000 रुपीज, उसका 1% निकालेंगे आप, 1% वो आएगा 1,20,000 पूरे साल का, 12 महीने का, और हमें लेना है 10 महीने का। तो 1,20,000 अगर 12 महीने का है अपॉन 12, तो 10 महीने का कितना होगा? 10, 1,00,000 कितना रहा था हमारा? 10,000 रुपये, 12,000 रुपये आएगा। पूरे 12 महीने का 12,000 है, तो आप 10 महीने का निकालेंगी तो 10,000 आ जाएगा। ओके, at the time to time we have to calculate tax for gratuity if he is non-government employee. Yes. Illustration 4 का salary point समझा दो. I have explained you, Mamta. You can go through it, of course. And listen, everyone, listen very carefully. If there's any point which is actually confusing you, or in our class you might feeling that you are not able to understand it completely, so I have a solution for it. Do not bother right now. Fine. After the class, revise it. If still you have a problem, then ask me in the next lecture. That will be really easy for you to understand, because we are just taking classes. You need to understand the concept and you need to solve the question also. So that might be due to the time problem, or might be because we are doing everything together. So you might not able to understand the concept easily. So after the class, if you try to solve it again, you will find it out that that is really, really easy concepts. And if still it did not happen, then I am here. I am not going anywhere. I solve each and every problem which is related to our topic. Okay, Anirudh is asking, sir, exempted amount means taxable amount? No, no, no. Exempted means how exempted can be taxable. Exempted means on which you need not to pay tax, and taxable means you need to pay tax. So if you got the exempted amount, then from received minus exempted, that is your taxable amount. Rachna is asking, if 70% is uncommuted, then will the remaining 30% will be treated as commuted value? No, no, no. In the question, the commuted value will be given. We can say in the reverse case that if 30% is commuted, then 70% will be said uncommuted value. Fine. It's like reverse case. Okay, you got it. Very good. Commission point I've explained you, Mamta. Okay. Avdesh is asking, sir, if there is a non-continuous of 0 month and 2 month leave, then I didn't get it. What is the question you are asking, Avdesh? It's not clear. So kindly ask in detail. Is there a non-continuous of 0 month and 2 months leave? I'm not getting this. Okay. With a gap of 2 months leave in last 10 months, then we have to take the salary of last 10 months. So if there is no salary in that months, we need to skip it. Okay. Or there will be due salary there. So if there is a due salary is given, in that case, we can consider it. So now moving on to our next topic, and I guess now there's the break time over here. So we will do one thing. After the break, we will take the next topic, and after the break, first we will have a small story for all of you, and then we will continue our break. So, Mr. Manish, can we go for a break for 10 minutes? Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all have taken your tea, coffee, water, etc. And you are ready to go again for our balance part of session. Okay, so Miss Divya Kumari is saying I'm back. I'm also back. So दिव्या कुमारी is saying आज 10 बजे तक पढ़ा लीजिए, आज बहुत इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है पढ़ने में. वेरी गुड. This is what I want to hear actually. And there is interest in study, everything will be easy for all of you. Okay. Okay, चलो अब है स्टोरी टाइम. अच्छा, एक बात बताइए. स्टोरी विल बी इन हिंदी, ऑफ कोर्स. आई हैव टोल्ड यू लास्ट टाइम आल्सो. जस्ट अ सेकंड स्टूडेंट्स. सो स्टोरी विल बी इन हिंदी एज वी डिस्कस्ड. बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग सी स्टोरी है और आई होप इट विल हेल्प यू टू मोटिवेट. स्टोरी सुनने में कौन कौन इंटरेस्टेड है, पहले मुझे ये बताओ. दोज हु आर इंटरेस्टेड इन टू हियर दिस स्टोरी. सो इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन स्टोरी, then we will start our story. Otherwise, we'll back to our theoretical provision and numerical provision and our salary topic. So if you're interested, let's see. Okay, Parth is interested. Keshav is Chaudhary is interested, and Miss Kadambari Bhatt is also interested. Only three bus only. Okay, so if only you are interested, three people, then story सुनाने में मुझे कैसे इंटरेस्ट आएगा? नहीं आएगा. ओके, मोर. देखिए, बड़ी सिंपल स्टोरी है, बहुत छोटी सी स्टोरी है. आई होप इट विल हेल्प यू टू गेट मोटिवेट योर सेल्फ. ओके, व्हाट हैपेंड. एक शेख था. शेख, ठीक है, वी ऑल नो द शेख, दुबई शेख एटसेट्रा. तो बिजनेसमैन था, बहुत ही बड़ा बिजनेसमैन था, और वो अपने शहर से दूसरे शहर में बिजनेस करने के लिए जाता था. अब अपने शहर से दूसरे शहर जाने के लिए जिस रूट से वो जाते थे, वो एक शहर से दूसरे शहर गए. अब उसे वापस आना था अपने शहर वापस. नाउ प्रॉब्लम वाज दैट कि वापस शहर आने के दो रास्ते थे. एक रास्ता था बहुत लंबा, लेकिन बहुत अच्छा रास्ता था, रोड बनी हुई थी प्रॉपर, वहां से वो वापस अपने घर आ सकता था. एक रास्ता था डेजर्ट से वापस आने का, कि वो रेगिस्तान से वापस जा सकता था अपने घर. उसमें शॉर्ट था वो. तो अगर नॉर्मल रास्ते से आने में 4 दिन लगते थे, तो डेजर्ट वाले में एक दिन में वापस पहुंच सकता था. उसने सोचा एक काम करते हैं, इस बार डेजर्ट के रास्ते से वापस चलते हैं, जल्दी घर पहुंचे. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड, डिसाइड किया, डेजर्ट के रास्ते से वापस चलना शुरू किया. अब गर्मी काफी थी, धूप थी. डेजर्ट में, रेगिस्तान में इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू वॉक नॉर्मली. बट उसके पास पानी वगैरह सब था. 2-3 घंटे चलने के बाद उसे ज्यादा गर्मी लगने लगी, इरिटेट होने लगा. बट उसके पास पानी वगैरह था, और डेजर्ट जब क्रॉस कर रहा था, तो बीच में डेजर्ट पे आकर बड़ा उसे गुस्सा आया. उसने कहा, अरे भगवान, ये डेजर्ट क्यों बनाया? वाई? इस डेजर्ट को अगर आप चाहते तो खूबसूरत बना सकते थे. आपने डेजर्ट ऐसा क्यों बना दिया? और फिर भगवान के बारे में बात करने के बाद लोगों पर आ गया कि लोग भी कितने बेवकूफ हैं, इतने सारे लोग हैं, क्यों नहीं यहाँ पर डेजर्ट की जगह अच्छा सा जगह बना दें, ट्रीज लगाएं, प्लांट्स लगाएं एक्सेट्रा. तो बोला उसने कि भगवान, अगर यहाँ पर एक अच्छा सा तालाब होता, पानी होता यहाँ पर काफी, तो ये तो मैं ही कर देता. पानी होना चाहिए था तो मैं यहाँ पर ग्रीनरी कर लेता, सब कुछ डेजर्ट में बना लेता, ट्रीज एक्सेट्रा. भगवान उस दिन फ्री थे, संडे था. उन्होंने कहा, अरे किसी ने कुछ कहा, तो उसने कहा, अरे ये शेख कह रहा है कि इसको अगर मैं पानी दे दूं, तो इस रेगिस्तान में, इस डेजर्ट में ये ग्रीनरी कर लेगा. तो भगवान ने कहा डन. जैसे ही डन किया, पानी आ गया उसके सामने. उसने देखा दूर एक पाउंड दिखने लगा उसको, पानी काफी सारा. वो पास पहुंचा, उसने कहा, अरे पानी आ गया. उसने कहा, अरे बस पानी है, अगर मेरे पास कुछ सामान होता, लाइक बकेट होती, और 2-3 और इंस्ट्रूमेंट उसने मांगे, अगर ये होता तो मैं पक्का ये काम कर देता. पानी से थोड़ा दिक्कत है, सिर्फ मुझे सामान भी चाहिए. भगवान ने कहा तथास्तु. सामान भी सामने आ गया. उसने कहा अच्छा। उसने कहा अरे पानी भी है, सामान भी है, बस एक कैमल और होता ना तो मैं उससे इजीली ये सारा काम कर सकता था, बस ये होता तो मैं पक्का कर देता। भगवान ने कहा था बस तू, कैमल भी आ गए सामने उसके। अब उसे लगा कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई, मैं जो भी मांग रहा हूँ वो हो रहा है। तो वो भगवान को सॉरी बोल रहा। उसने कहा अरे भगवान सॉरी, मैं ये काम नहीं कर सकता, मैं तो बस ऐसे ही बोल रहा। प्रैक्टिकली हमारे साथ भी यही होता है कई बार। वी गिव एक्सक्यूज फॉर नॉट डूइंग समथिंग, कि इस बार हम सीए की पढ़ाई अच्छी तरह नहीं कर पाए, घर में शादी थी। इस बार नहीं हो पाया, मैं थोड़ा टाइम बीमार था। इस टाइम नहीं हो पाया क्योंकि मेरे साथ ये इशू हो गया था, मेरे साथ वो प्रॉब्लम थी, बहुत डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक आ गया, पेपर वो आ गया जो मैंने पढ़ा नहीं था, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा। लेकिन पढ़ने का सिर्फ एक ही रीजन हो सकता है, कि आपको पढ़ना है। सो व्हेन यू गिव एक्सक्यूजेस ना, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल जिनके पास ये फैसिलिटीज भी नहीं है जो आपके पास है। वो पढ़ना चाहते हैं, उनको बेसिक एजुकेशन भी नहीं मिल पा रही, इतनी प्रॉब्लम हमारी कंट्री में। आपको तो काफी फैसिलिटी मिल रही है, ऑफकोर्स काफी सारी चीजों से आप प्रिविलेज्ड है, उसके बाद भी हम नहीं पढ़ने के 100 रीजन बता देते हैं कि इस वजह से नहीं पढ़ाई हो पा रही, इस वजह से मैं आज बुक नहीं पढ़ पाया, इस वजह से मार्क्स अच्छे नहीं आए, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा एक्सक्यूजेस। ही वाज डूइंग द सेम थिंग, कि मैं ये कर देता, मैं पास हो जाता इस बार, लेकिन बस ये था कि घर में शादी आ गई, मैं इसलिए पास नहीं हो पाया, बिकॉज बस वो 2 चैप्टर अगर मैंने नहीं छोड़े होते तो मैं पास हो जाता। सो इट्स ऑल नॉनसेंस एक्सक्यूजेस। तो अच्छी तरह पढ़ाई कीजिए, एक्सक्यूज देना बंद कीजिए। प्रॉब्लम सबकी लाइफ में मोर और लेस है, और शायद आपकी मैं कम हूं, किसी और की मैं ज्यादा हूं, बट if you want to become a chartered accountant, you have to sacrifice a lot of things of your life to gain that feeling of becoming a chartered accountant. To be a chartered accountant, these things are essential. Stop giving excuses. सुबह उठ के पढ़ने का मन नहीं करता है, शाम को पढ़ने का टाइम नहीं मिलता है, उस दोस्त ने बुला लिया था, these are nonsense things. So kindly please focus on your study firmly. Just be determined that you have to become a chartered accountant. Fine. So let's moving on to our notes and the next topic, that is leave encashment calculation and taxation. What is the meaning of leave encashment? Please understand that first. When we work in any organization, a good organization, they generally provide us some paid leaves, except Sundays. Paid leaves in a month, maybe they are providing you 2 paid leaves that may be called casual leaves, medical leave, etc. That means if you do not come for those 2 paid leaves, still you will get the full salary. So those are leaves which you can take and your salary will not be deducted, you will get the full month salary. So it depends upon organization to organization, there can be 2 or 1, depend upon the organization. So if you work on that leaves, then you will get the extra salary. How it works? It works like this. Suppose there is Mr. A who is working in an organization and his employer says that you will get 2 medical leaves every month. 2 medical leaves every month. Now suppose Mr. A did not come for 2 days except Sunday. He took these 2 medical leaves. That means he did not come for 2 working days. Still, he will get the full month salary. If he availed these 2 medical leaves, suppose if he did not avail these medical leaves, he did not avail, that means he did not took an off for the full month except Sundays. Except Sundays, he came to the office every day. In that case, he will get 2 days extra salary. That is called leave encashment. That means the leave you did not avail, the leave you worked in an office, the leave you worked is just kind of a overtime. So it's overtime of days, not hours. Fine. So if there is medical leave, casual leave, or there are some leave which has been paid leave provided by your employer, and if you did not take it, then you can get the extra salary regarding those leaves. So suppose if he took only one leave out of these 2, he just took the 1 leave, then he will get the 1 day extra salary. Now, suppose in a year, in a complete year, employer provides you 25 days medical leave. So if employee did not take any leave except Sunday, he worked on all those 25 days, he will get extra salary for 25 days. If he availed 20 days, if he took leave for 20 days, then he will get extra salary of 5 days. So this is called leave encashment. Generally, we receive this encashment at the time of retirement. It's a kind of a compensation. So it is not happening like this that you will get extra today's salary every month. No, the employer will accumulate your these leaves and he will pay you amount in lump sum. That's called compensation. That is leave encashment. If you receive this during service, that is going to be taxable 100%. But if you will receive that after service, then you will find an exemption regarding leave encashment as per the provision we are going to discuss. Okay. So that is leave encashment. Generally, employees are allowed to take leave during the period of service. Employee may avail such leave, or in case the leave is not availed. Leave not availed means there was leave, but you did not avail it. That means you did not take it. That means you worked on those days of leave. Then the leave may either lapse or be accumulated for future or allowed to be encashed every year or at the time of termination or retirement. The payment received on account of encashment of unavailed leave would form part of salary. However, Section 1010AA provides exemption in respect of amount received by way of encashment of unutilized earned leave. Please understand this thing, that you will only get the amount of leave encashment for those leave you did not avail, you did not utilize, okay, by an employee at the time of his retirement, whether or superannuation or otherwise. The amount received for the leave remaining during or end of the service will be termed as leave encashment, but leave encashment, of course, we all know during the service will be fully taxable. Exemption will be for lump sum payment of leave after job. Fully exempted in case of course, government employees. All we can say compensation, whether it's pension commuted, whether it's gratuity, whether it's encashment of leave, it's exempted for government employee. In case of other than government employee, there is 4 limit we have to find out. That is amount received, that will be given in question. The fixed limit is 25 lakh. Earlier it was, I guess, 3 lakh rupees till last year. From this year, it has been increased by government up to rupees 25 lakh rupees. So in gratuity, the fixed limit is 20 lakh, but for leave encashment, now it's 25 lakh. Then 10 into average monthly salary. Average monthly salary means the same as per gratuity C case, basic salary plus DA as per terms plus percentage commission on sale, and that will be taken for last preceding 10 months. Then the fourth point is very important, that is leave earned in days minus leave availed in days into average monthly salary divided by 30. So this is fourth point is very important because amount received will be given in question. 25 lakh is a fixed value. 10 into AMS, AMS will be given in question generally, so you need to multiply it with 10 only. The fourth point is important, which says leave earned minus leave avail into average monthly salary divided by 30. So if we will solve leave encashment provision, it will be like this. Leave encashment. We all know if it is during service, what will happen? This is going to be taxable. Clear? If it is after service, I have made the diagram for each and every provision of salary numerical topic. I'll upload that chart also after the topics we have discussed over here. After service, whether you are a government employee, exempted, others. In case of others, there's a provision. We have to find 4 values. First is leave encashment received. 25 lakh rupees, 10 into AMS, and this is leave earn minus leave avail into AMS upon 30. Leave earn, maximum we can take 30 days in a year. There's a concept which says that leave earn will be actual leave or 30 days in a year, whichever is lower. For example, if your employer provide 40 days leave in a year, so that will be 40 or 30. Lower will be over here. Fine. If he is providing you 25 days leave in a year, then 25 or 30 will take over 25. Clear? And what is leave availed? Leave availed means how much leave you have taken. If he provided you 100 leaves and you have taken 80, so we are talking about 80, the leaves you have taken. So leave earn, that will be actual leave or 30 days, whichever is lower. Fine. So we will take over here the whole value. So if it's 25 days, then 30 or 25, you will take 25 days in a year. And if it's 10 years, then 250. If it's 40, then 40 or 30, whichever is lower is 30 will be taken over here, leave earn. And what is leave avail? The leave you have taken, that is called leave availed. So technically, if you'll see, what is the concept of leave earn minus leave avail? What is the meaning of, if technically we will see, what is the leave earn minus leave avail? That means leave unavail. That is leave unavail. Clear? But the problem is this, in certain question, it might be that leave avail is directly given in question. If it is directly given in question, we will find it like this. We will put leave avail over here and that then going to solve this formula. For example, if employer is providing, suppose 40 days leave in a year, clear? And you have worked for 30 years. Okay. Now employer is saying that you will get leave encashment for your 300 days leave, rupees 7 lakh. Okay, let me ask you one question. Amount will be received for 300 days leave encashment for 300 days leave, that is rupees 7 lakh. So what is this 300 leaves? Is it leave availed or leave unavailed? Kindly send me your answer. I want to see those who are not sleeping. So if I am asking in this question, there is leave encashment is paid by employer for your 300 days leave. So what is generally 300 days leave mean? Is it unavailed or it is availed leave? For which leave employer is going to pay us? For availed leaves or for unavailed leaves? So what is this 300 days resemble or denote? Is it unavailed leaves? We will take it as an unavailed, or we will take them as availed leaves. Okay. Exactly, correct. A lot of students give the correct answer. Mr. Rama is saying leave unavailed, correct. Bhavika is saying unavailed. Suvedu Ghosh is saying leave unavailed, very correct. Rito Banerjee unavailed, unavailed. Sanjaben Chauhan, Keshav unavailed, very good. Madhav unavailed, leave unavailed, very well done. Every one of you is giving the correct answer. Well done, very well done. I'm really proud to teach all of you, because you all are sincere and I'm telling you all can be chartered accountants. So never listen to those people who say only 10% able to be a chartered accountant out of 100. That's a wrong perception. That's wrong. Chartered accountancy students like a current asset. New become chartered accountant, new asset came. We are not fixed asset, we are current asset. We know the characteristics of current asset like stock. If 100 televisions in a showroom, in an electronic showroom, 100 televisions, and in a month 10 only sold out, that does not mean the 90 is not going to be sold. It will be sold in next month or maybe next month. And when the stock is coming onto the reorder level, the new stock will be purchased. So out of those 100, all hundreds are going to be sold. Until otherwise, you are going to leave the chartered accountancy course or you are expired dated. That means expired date goods means those who are not able to sold, those students who do not want to be a chartered accountant. Only those are the students who are not going to be a chartered accountant. So if you want to be chartered accountant, you all will be chartered accountants. Okay. So of course, every time you are going to receive the amount only for those leaves, those are unavailed leaves. So leave encashment receipt for 300 days leave, that is rupees 7 lakh. Now examiner asks us to solve this question. Now what we will do? First point is leave encashment. How much amount we receive? 7 lakh rupees. The second is 25 lakh rupees fixed. AMS suppose given in question is 25,000 per month. So the third is 10 into 25,000. The most important is 4. That is called leave earn minus leave avail. Leave earn minus leave avail into AMS upon 30. Fine. Now in this example, we have to find leave earn. I have told you for the purpose of leave earn, there is a concept which says actual leave or 30 days. So our actual leave is 40 and 40 or 30, whichever is lower is 30. And for how many years we worked? We worked for 30 years. So leave earn 30 days in a year for 30 years. That means leave earn we will take 900 minus. Now we need to find leave availed in this question. So we have the leave unavailed, but we do not have the leave avail. So to find out leave avail, if not given in question, there is simple mathematics. Total leave. How much total leave we got? 40 leaves for 30 years. That is 1200 leaves he got. Total leave we will take actual leave. For leave one, we will take actual or 30, whichever is lower. But for the purpose of total leave, we will take the actual total leave, that is 40 leaves in a year. For 30 years, it will be 1200 leaves. So we have 1200 leaves. And leave unavailed, let me change this, leave unavailed, I am going to make this 400. Fine. So leave unavailed is 400. So technically now we have our leave availed. So if leave availed not given in question, then we can find out leave availed with the help of this formula. It's a very basic formula. That means total leave minus leave unavailed. So leave unavailed has been given in question 400. I have changed it from 300 to 400 because if I'll write it down 300, it will come also 900. So 900 will be 0. So just to make the amount find out, I just change this value to 400. So leave unavail is 400. Actual leave was 1200. This is availed leave 800. So formula will be 900 minus 800 into AMS upon 30. So we will have now around 4 amounts. The lowest will be exempted. So I'll solve a numerical question from study material also. But just to make you understand, if in the question, remember it carefully. If in the question leave availed given, then it's not a problem. Whatever leave availed given, we will write it over here. But if in the question leave availed not given, but leave unavailed given, then we have to find it like this. That is total leave minus leave unavailed. So we will have our leave availed. For the purpose of examination, gratuity and leave encashment is very important. Note number 1, it has been regarding the leave one. I have told you that is maximum 30 days for a complete year of service. Salary as per gratuity C case. Note number 2 is the average monthly salary definition. Note number 3 and note number 4 exactly the same as per in case of gratuity. In case of gratuity, the limit of 20 lakh rupees fixed remain 20 lakh rupees. Whether when you receive gratuity from 2 employers in the same year. Same case, if an individual getting leave encashment from two employer at same time, then the separate calculation will be made. Again, in this case also, we will skip the 25 lakh rupees exemption of government fixed. We will skip it. We will calculate the leave encashment from both employer value, and whatever the minimum value, we will add it. And at the end, we will compare it with the 25 lakh rupees value. Exactly same copy paste. The limit of 3 lakh is old value, it is 25 lakh. Will be jointly remain rupees 25 lakh. Again, fourth note was in gratuity was, if you received the gratuity exemption earlier, then the exempted amount will be reduced from the 20 lakh rupees limit. Exactly same concept is over here. If an employee received leave salary in earlier year, then the limit of 25 lakh rupees will be reduced by the amount of leave encashment exempted earlier. There is no difference. It is exactly the same provision over here. Note number 5, leave encashment received by the family members after the death of employee will be exempt in their head. Now we have two examples for leave encashment. So I hope you all have your paper, pen and calculator with you. So now in these two examples, you just need to solve the point number 4 for me. Nothing else. I'm not asking you to solve the full leave encashment value. In the leave encashment concept, the 4th point is leave earn minus leave avail into AMS upon 30. I just want you to solve this bracket. That is not exactly even this. I just want to solve you what is the leave earn minus leave avail value in these two examples. Just the 4th point bracket value. Leave earn minus leave avail value. I want to know what is that. So in example number 1 and example number 2, I want you all to kindly find out the leave earn and leave avail difference in number of days. To solve it, I am waiting. Mr. A received 2 lakh for encashment of 600 days leave after serving 32 years of service. He got 37 days leave every year. AMS is 20,000 per month. Calculate leave encashment taxable. I am asking you to just calculate the leave earn minus leave avail days difference. That's it. Let's see how many of you can find out the correct answer. Vaishali is asking average monthly salary, exactly the same meaning, which is in gratuity. C case average monthly salary. Okay, Vaishali. Kishore Kumbhar is asking if leave encashment, leave earned is capped up to 30 days, but what if leave avail is more than 30 days? If it is more than 30 days, then the bracket value will be negative or 0. In that case, we do not need to calculate that. So full value is going to be taxable. So if the answer is in negative, that will exemption will be 0. Okay. Okay, Rama has given answer. Okay. Rachna is also gave some answer. Okay, Rachna has given the answer for both. Very good. Well done. Varun is also giving answer. Well done, students. Okay, I'm giving you 1 more minute to just find out the number of days, leave earn minus leave avail bracket solution. Because if you are able to solve this bracket days, then everything is easy in leave encashment. The whole problem is in that leave encashment bracket value. You need to find the correct leave earn and the correct leave availed. Do not need to calculate the exemption value. If you are able to find out the correct days value, you will be able to solve the whole question easily, because there is simple mathematics. There is nothing complicated. Only the leave earn minus leave avail is a tricky word, tricky days calculation. If you will able to find it out, you will solve the question very easily. Okay, so a lot of answer is here. Let me show you the correct answer. Okay, so if we'll see in example 1, we just need to solve the leave earn minus leave avail concept. Clear? So leave earn, in the question it says he got 37 days leave in a year. So we will take 37 or 30. Whichever is lower is 30. So technically leave earn will be 30 and there is 32 year of service. So that is my leave earn, which will be 960. So leave earn will be 960. Now, is in the question leave avail is given? In the question leave avail is not given. Encashment of 600 days leave. You got the amount for 600 days leave. So that is leave unavail. So in question unavail is given. So we have to find out the leave avail. What format I have told you? Total leave, which was 37 into 32. 1184 minus leave unavail, which is given in question 600. So technically 584 are leaves avail. So if I'll reduce 584 out of 960, then we will get our this bracket value, that is correct is 376 days. So those who have given the answer of 376, like Ramas, Varun, you have given the correct answer. Vaishali, correct. This is 376 days in example number 1. I hope it's clear. Now moving on to second example. Second is very easy because leave, you can see leave avail has been given. So if leave avail has been given, the question becomes so simple. Again, leave earn minus leave avail. So in this question, actual leave is 25 days. So 25 and the service was for 32 years. That comes 800. 25 or 30, whichever is lower, lower is 25. Minus leave avail has been given in question, that is 500 days. So now this is very simple. This is 300 days. So in first example, that will be 376. In second example, that will be 300. That will really make you feel understand that encashment of leave concept is also easy. Everything is easy. Those who have interest in this. Okay. So this exemption can also be available under both region. There is no restriction upon it. Now this is a concept of Provident Fund. Provident Fund scheme is a scheme intended to give substantial benefit to an employee. What exactly happens when you work in an organization? In that case, there's a concept of Provident Fund contribution. So your employer deduct a certain amount from your salary and deposit that salary into your Provident Fund. Understand, your Provident Fund is just like a bank account, your bank account. So technically, if your salary is, it work like this. For example, there is Mr. A, who is an employee. There is Mr. B, who is an employer. And B is paying salary to Mr. A, 20,000 rupees per month. Now, Provident Fund, technically, it's like a bank. Fine. Just understand it, it's like a bank. And there's a concept that employers say, we will contribute 13% to Provident Fund. So what will happen when Mr. B will pay salary to Mr. A? Then 13% of salary, that means 2,600 rupees. He will deduct from Mr. A salary amount. So Mr. A will not get 20,000 rupees. Mr. A will receive 17,400 rupees as salary. And this 2,600 rupees will be deposited in his Provident Fund account. So the amount belongs to still Mr. A, but he's not getting this amount in his hand. He will get this amount deposited in the employee's Provident Fund account, just suppose just like a bank. So just like a second pocket. So 20,000 rupees salary, out of that 17,400 employer is paying to Mr. A. And the 2,600 rupees employer is not directly it's paying to Mr. A, but it is deposited in Mr. A's Provident Fund account. Ultimately, eventually, this 2,600 rupees received by Mr. A later, but not now. So this balance of Provident Fund is now 2,600 rupees. So what will be his basic salary or taxable salary in the hands of employee? 17,400 or 20,000? If I'll ask you, what amount of salary will be treated as his basic salary and taxable under the basic salary amount? It is 20,000 or 17,400. The taxable value is 20,000 always. Why? Because the concept says the salary is taxable either on due or received, whichever is higher or earlier. So it has been due 20,000. Even if he does not receive a single penny, still the due value because 20,000. So full value is going to be taxable. So this 2,600 rupees is the part of this 20,000. So full value of 20,000 has been taxable for Mr. A. Clear? That is called employee contribution. First thing. Now, employer also going to pay some amount in his bank account. Suppose employer say, I will pay 14%. He cannot pay less than 13%. So he decided to pay 14%. So 20% of this 20,000, 14% of this 20,000, that is 2,800, will be deposited in the employee's provident fund account. That means this is the benefit. Actually, this 2,600 is not a benefit because this was deducted from your salary and deposited into your other bank account. So this is not the income of extra income of employee because this is already included in this 20,000. This is extra income of employee. This is called employer contribution. So technically, employer contribution is extra income. Now, every month this will be deposited in his provident fund account, so on. Next month also 2,600, 2,800. And after some time when salary will increase, this contribution of 13 and 40% will increase. Now the interest become due on this also. Like a bank account, we got interest. So in the same way, we got interest due on this provident fund value of deposit. And that is also our income. So you got the concept of provident fund. What is provident fund contribution? Nothing. It is the amount which is deducted from the employee's salary and deposited in his provident fund like a bank account. And the equal contribution or higher contribution would be made by the employer in his provident fund account. And after that, whatever amount has been deposited in this provident fund, you will get the interest upon it. So now this is extra income. So this is going to be taxable. The rule is up to 12% is exempt. We will read the provision. For the timing, I'm just telling you up to 12% employer contribution is exempt. So in this case, only 2% is going to be taxable in the hands of employee. Interest income is going to be taxable in certain circumstances. In certain circumstances is exempted. We will see to it. This contribution of employee contribution who has no taxability under salary head because it already been taxed under basic salary. This contribution can claim deduction under section 80C. That will be discussed under deduction chapter, I guess chapter number 6. So moving on to the provision, I've explained you with the help of this diagram just to make you understand the concept of provident fund. Because if you understand the concept that exactly what is happening, there is an employee contribution, there is employer contribution, and there is two interest. One interest on employee contribution, one is upon employer contribution. So when we will discuss about the provision, like it is like employee contribution, employer contribution, interest, you will understand what we exactly talking about. So it will be really easy for you to understand the provision. So there are, you can see now employees contribution, interest on employees contribution, employer contribution, and interest on employer contribution. So there are four elements in this, fine. There are different kinds of provident fund, and I request you all to kindly read the provision. This is a theoretical provision. What is RPF, recognized provident fund? You have to go through the provision, just a simple theoretical concept. What is unrecognized provident fund? Statutory provident fund, public provident fund. So these are generally four provident funds, and you can go through the provision. If there is any query, I will solve it for you. This is the main table, what we need to understand for the purpose of salary head. So we have technically URPF, that is unrecognized provident fund treatment. You can see that URPF. Then RPF, that is recognized provident fund. Then SPF, and then we have PPF, public provident fund. So under the salary head, the importance are URPF and RPF. Generally, SPF, PPF does not have any treatment under salary head generally. The main treatment is URPF and RPF under the salary head. So now we have to understand the provisions of four things, like what is the treatment of employee contribution, employer contribution, interest on employee contribution, and interest on employer contribution. Now, the first is employees contribution. Employees contribution do not have any impact under salary head, because this is the contribution we discussed, 2600. This is already included in his income as basic salary. So there is no further treatment of employees contribution. Yes, you can claim the deduction, but deduction under section 80C not available if it is unrecognized provident fund. Yes, if it is a recognized provident fund, you can get the deduction under section 80C. That is also even if you opt out from 115 BAC. If you are shifting out of the default tax regime, only in that case you can claim deduction under section 80C for employee contribution. If it is for RPF, same as SPF, same as PPF. What is 80C deduction, etc.? That is going to be discussed in deduction chapter. For the purpose of salary, that first point is irrelevant. That means employee contribution do not have any treatment under salary head. Yes, employer contribution has treatment only for RPF. No treatment in URPF, no in SPF, no in PPF. Under salary head, only treatment for RPF. The treatment is up to 12% of salary is exempt, and excess will be taxable under section 17(1). Clear? Interest on PF, on employer's contribution, on employee's contribution. The treatment is only for RPF. Exempt up to 9.5% per annum, and any excess is taxable. No treatment in SPF and PPF under salary head. Repayment of lump sum amount on retirement. Now, as same as a bank account, one day you will get the amount out of your provident fund account at a time of retirement or death, etc. So you will get, technically, in this situation, you will get, for example, 2600 rupees was employee contribution plus interest on it. At a time when you will get out the whole amount, that will be 2800 employer contribution plus interest. For example, out of the 20 years of job, every month you contribute 2600 accordingly, and the employer contribution is 2800 accordingly. So suppose you will get this amount for rupees, suppose 25 lakh rupees, out of which contribution value suppose 20 lakh, and interest part is 5 lakh. Out of this value, you got 30 lakh rupees, out of which contribution was 24 lakh, and interest is 6 lakh. So the provision says if you receive this amount on repayment, then employee's contribution is not going to be taxable, because this is the amount of 2600 rupees which is already included in every month basic salary. Interest you will get on employee's contribution will be taxable as income from other source. Employer contribution plus interest, this is going to be taxable under salary head at the time of retirement. This is going to be done if that is URPF. In case of RPF, etc., it is generally exempted. So we are talking about the taxability of employees' interest contribution and employers both. You can see employees' contribution interest on such repayment is taxable under income from other source. That is in case of URPF. Employer contribution and interest both is going to be taxable under salary head. Exempt under RPF up to certain limit, exempt PPF, exempt SPF. Salary means as per gratuity C case. When we say up to 12% of salary is exempt, the salary is as per gratuity C case. That means we will take basic salary, DA terms, and percentage commission on sale. The further provision we will discuss in our next session will be on 2nd November now. Earlier it was on 31st October, but the next session is now on 2nd November. You can see the schedule which has been updated. But before ending the class, now we have an MCQ test. So I hope you are ready to give your MCQ test. Let's see. So you have, I guess, a pen, a paper with yourself, and a calculator. So we are going to have a fast MCQ test. I hope you all are ready. Okay. Taxable salary. Okay. Madhav Tiwari is asking, we pay tax on 20K, then PF amount when I get will be exempt. Yes, if it is a RPF, PPF, SPF, it will be exempt. दिव्या कुमारी सिंह सर सैलरी में से पहले ही टैक्स डिडक्ट होकर मिलता है, तो जो सैलरी में से आपको टैक्स डिडक्ट होकर मिलता है वो बाद में आपको रिटर्न फाइलिंग के टाइम पर एज ए TDS वापस भी मिल सकता है. सैलरी में से पूरा टैक्स डिडक्ट नहीं होता, वो एक सर्टेन अमाउंट टैक्स डिडक्ट होता है, लेकिन अगर वो ज्यादा कट गया है तो आपको वापस भी मिल जाता है. ओके सर, इट इज 14% PF पेड बाय एम्प्लॉयर, सो इट्स एक्स्ट्रा इनकम. यस ममता, इट्स एन एक्स्ट्रा इनकम. Sir, whether to follow ICAI book or your notes, kindly help with this doubt, sir. Both are same. I have done nothing added into your ICAI notes. All notes provided by me is exactly the same as per ICAI notes. It might be because it's colorful, might be some topic in ICAI notes in a separate page and my pages are different. Otherwise, the content is exactly the same. Even if you want to follow, then kindly follow the ICAI notes. But if you want to, then the topics are, both notes are similar. Exactly. We cannot change the law. The law is same for everyone. But just the presentation is different in my notes. Otherwise, you can follow the study material of ICAI that is beautifully drafted. Not an issue. Okay, so now question number 1. Leave encashment example. Okay, we will take in the next class. This is question number 1. You have to, whenever you are answering me the question, kindly write out the question number first. Like if you want to answer the question number 1, send me your answer, question 1, then the option only, A, B or C, D. So if you write Q1 and A, B, C, D answer, so I'll be able to find out the correct answer from your side. Rachna, we will do all your test knowledge question, all study material question, do not worry. The MCQ question, etc. These are enough. Yes, you can actually solve more questions which have been asked in past examination also. So that is enough if we are going to do all study material questions, knowledge questions, test your knowledge questions, RMCQ questions, and the question asked in the past examination for 2 or 3 attempts. That will be enough. That is not an issue. So which of the following is not treated as salary income? Foregoing, part-time, advance against salary, or advance salary? The correct answer is, of course, C. C is the correct answer because advance against salary is kind of a loan. That is not a salary income. Very well done. Those is given the correct answer. Almost everybody has given the correct answer except Deval Gupta. It's not A, it's C, Deval. Okay. Well done, Swati. I5 from Wi-Fi to everyone. Keshav Chaudhary, C, correct. Next is, for an employee in receipt of hostel expenditure allowance for his 3 children, the maximum annual allowance exempt under section 1014. So in the allowance category, I have told that the hostel expenditure allowance is exempted up to 300 rupees per month per child. maximum for 2 children. So with the help of that provision, how much maximum hostel allowance we can claim exemption? It is 300 rupees per month per child, maximum for 2 children. So the correct answer is option number B. 300 rupees per month per child. That means a single child can claim 3600. So maximum 2 children, that means 7200 is the correct answer. I will upload this MCQ test correct answer sheet also after the class. Do not worry. Mr. A is employed in a ABS transport as cabin driver. He is paid 15,000 every month in the whole of previous year 23-24 as allowance for meeting his personal expenditure. Mr. A does not receive any other allowance. So this is the question of transport allowance. So what is the provision regarding transport allowance? Apply them, and he's a transport employee also. So what will be the exemption in this case? I'm waiting for the answer for this question. Question number 3 answer I'm waiting. 1 and 2nd was so easy. Now the third question is really important for you. What is the amount of exemption we can claim? I'm not asking for taxable value. I'm asking for exemption value. I'm seeing a lot of you are sending correct answer. It's very well done. Okay, question number 3. Shivam is saying question number 3 correct answer. Shivam is saying A. Sanjana Ben Chauhan is saying B. Madhav Tiwari is saying A. Pratinde Vidhate is saying D. Priyanka Pandey. So, all options we have given A, B, C, and D. Very well done. Very well done. The correct answer of question number 3 is B, because the exemption is 70% of allowance. That is 15,000 per month. So 70% of 15,000, 10,500. Or there's a fixed limit of 10,000 per month. So whichever is lower is 10,000 per month, or for the year it will be 1,20,000. So correct answer is 1,20,000. That is option number B. Next is Mr. Rama is saying 3,200 to 12. No, Mr. Rama, that is for not transport employees. That was transport allowance for handicapped employees. How can you apply that provision in question number 3? Okay, next. Children education allowance received by an employee from his employer is 80 rupees per month per child for 3 children. Taxable education allowance will be. This is a good question, tricky question. So what is the correct answer of question number 4? Kindly find out. Question number 3, 10,000. We are asking about the whole year transport allowance taxability. Mr. Rito Banerjee. We are not asking for a single month. We are asking for the whole year. So 10,000 per month, whole year value will be 1,20,000. That is the correct option. Okay, so question number 4. Correct answer is A, because 100 rupees per month per child is exempt, and that is maximum for 2 children. So 80 rupees per month we are getting for 3 child, 80, 80, 80. So 2 childs 80 will be exempted, and the 1 child 80 rupees per month will be taxable. That is 80 rupees per month into 12. That will be 960 rupees. The correct answer will be A. The exemption is for 3 children, 1, 2, and 3. Amount received 80, 80, and 80. And it says 80 rupees per month per child. So maximum exemption was 100. We cannot solve it by clubbing it. If you are clubbing it like 240 minus 200, then 40 into 12. That is a wrong answer, because it is for each children separately. So exemption was 100. But if the allowance is less than 100, then only 80 we can exempt. So for 2 children, 80 will be fully exempt, and this is going to be fully taxable. You cannot use the balance amount of exemption into this. That is not allowed. Clear? Question number 5. Chandan, a handicapped employee, received 1500 per month. In this case, the answer will be B because he can claim exemption of 3200 rupees per month. Receiving 1500, that will be fully exempted. Up to 3200 is exemption. So because he is receiving only 1500, so nothing will be taxable in question number 5. Now this is question number 6 regarding the gratuity. I want you to solve this. Now you can see he's covered under 1972 Act. So case number B will be applicable. And B says the first limit will be 6 lakh. Second will be 20 lakh. And third will be 15/26 into monthly salary. Monthly salary in case of B is basic salary and DA both. No terms concept is here. Full DA will be taken as exemption purpose. That will be 52,000. And year of service will be 11 months, 16 year, 11 months. That will be fraction will be converted to a year. This will be our value. 51,000 is this. 5,10,000. So exempted is 5,10,000. Out of this 6 lakh, 510 exempted. The correct answer is D. We have short of time. That's why I'm solving it for you. Fine. 7. Now, he's not covered by payment of Gratuity Act. So, in this case, there will be amount received is 120. 20 lakh is fixed value. Now, 1/2 into average monthly salary. Average monthly salary means salary 10 months preceding retirement has been given in question. 4,800 has been given in question automatically. And year of service 26 years and 7 months. That is complete year of service only we need. We will take this value. So this will come 62,400. Balance 57,600 will be your taxable value. That is option number A. Question number 8. Now it's a pension question. I want you all to solve this question for me. Let's see how many of you can solve that. It's a kind of same question, similar question, what we have discussed in our today's pension example. It will take time, I guess. We have a lot of time, so I will help you. Let me help you to solve this question. Okay, I retired from his service from November after serving for this much year. Gratuity also is receiving. So exemption will be 1/3. With effect from November 23, from 1st January, he got 60% of his pension commuted. So that means from November, he will get normal pension of 12,500. In December also, he will get 12,500. From January, 60% has been commuted. That means from January now he will get 40% per month. That 40% will come of 12,500 is 5,000. In February also now he will get 5,000. And in March also he will get 5,000. So technically, he will get 40,000 rupees taxable as uncommuted pension. Now the commuted provision, he got 60% of his pension and received a sum of 7,50,000. So first of all, we need to find out the commuted value of whole pension. How we'll find out? By unitary method. That is 70,50,000 is equivalent to 60%. So total value of pension will be 12,50,000. Clear? Now, because gratuity is also received, so exemption will be 1 by 3 into 12,50,000. That will come 416667. So this is exempted. Now, what is the taxable formula? Taxable said received minus exempt. So received is not 12,50,000. Received is 7,50,000 minus 416667. So that remain will come 373333. So this is also taxable. 373333 as commuted value, 40,000 as uncommuted value. So the correct answer will be this 3,73,000. The C part is the correct answer. This will be 33333 and this 40,000 we will add it. The correct answer will be 373333. Okay. If there's any problem in this, any question of this, you can ask me in the next class also. Do not worry. The last question is house rent allowance. We have discussed this kind of question, so kindly try it yourself because we have already crossed the time limit. So kindly go through the provisions once again. Please revise it completely with the help of your example, numerical. You can try to solve the question of study material also. I will solve the question of leave encashment from the study material, what we have not discussed today. So in the next session, we will discuss the leave encashment question from the study material. Then we will study further regarding the provision of Provident Fund, regarding the provision for perquisite, etc. So till then, just take care and study very hard. And I believe you all will be chartered accountant as soon as possible. Mr. Manish, can we close the session?